Apple's big unveiling today certainly didn't disappoint. The long-awaited iPhone 14 was revealed at the company's annual keynote event in Cupertino, along with new watches and updated AirPods. Joining us now live is CNET editor-at-large Ian Sherr. All right, Ian, let's start off with the new iPhones. Okay, so iPhone 14. I'm always behind on the curve. I just got the new iPhone 13 Pro, and I was all worried, thinking like, oh no, I should have waited. But honestly, when you look at the difference, is it really that big of a difference between the iPhone 14 and the 13? I'm not seeing a huge difference here.
A lot of the differences, frankly, aren't clear year to year, right? And for people who bought a phone last year, you're probably not going to be convinced to upgrade unless you really care about the camera or maybe the new features like the crash detection if you get in a car crash, or even the satellite calling if you are, suddenly in the middle of nowhere, right? You're stuck in Yosemite, you've broken your leg, there's no cell service, then you're able to call for help. If those types of things matter to you, right? You're maybe an extreme marathoner or whatever, then great. But otherwise, most people, they're going to be pretty happy with the phone they bought. The thing is that most people are buying their upgrades every 2 to 3 years. And for people who have a 3.5-year-old phone, this is going to feel like a major change. And that's part of what's interesting is over years, right? They all add up when we kind of dip in and out over the years.
Of course, they want to get that that payday from you every 3 years. You want a new phone, you want the latest and greatest, right?
You want it to be worth it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the smart watch. It seems like this one, speaking of going outdoors, this is really geared for folks who love the outdoors and want to be kind of in the middle of nowhere but still be connected, right?
Yeah, Apple has really been pushing on this idea of health and sports. And they have this watch they announced they're going to offer a bunch of several different watches, right? They have cheaper ones as well. This one is called the Ultra, and literally for like ultra marathoners, right? It's actually much thicker than most of the Apple watches out there. And it has a better battery life. It's able to take a lot more heat and cold. They designed it even for diving. And as someone who has gone diving and certified, those computers that people usually wear to figure out whether they've gone down for too long and all of that type of stuff usually cost over $1,000. This is going to be $800. So for someone who isn't really into extreme sports, yeah, not your thing. I mean, it is thick and some people might feel like that's visually very nice. But for the people who are in the extreme sports world, that's actually going to matter. And that's part of what's interesting is Apple's doing stuff for everybody, but also for these specific groups of people.
Yeah, it's really interesting, their business strategy. Okay, last with those AirPods Pro. One feature that I know I'm going to be very happy about is the longer lasting batteries, because I don't know about you, I'm just so tired of having to charge stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's really, look, batteries are one of the most frustrating things about our devices. Every survey over and over tells us that. And so with the AirPods Pro, these new ones, they say they're going to get 30 hours of battery life, including with the case. And that's pretty good. It's up from 24 before. And generally speaking, look, I feel like I always run out of battery more quickly than I want to. Unfortunately, it's on Apple to really make these things better because battery technology hasn't significantly changed for a long time. And it's not going to either. It's on Apple to come up with other ways to save battery life.
Yeah, they just want you keep on coming back to those stores every few years to get the latest and greatest. All right, Ian Sherr from CNET, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.